January 28, 1959. 9 students and a sports instructor departed from Ivol, a settlement in the northern Urals, bound for Mount Holochak. They were experienced hikers. This was a routine trek. Igor Dyatlov, 23, led the expedition. By January 31st, radio silence. Search teams arrived 9 weeks later and found the tent on a slope they called Kolotsiak, the mountain of the dead in the local Mansi language. The canvas had been cut from the inside. Equipment lay scattered. But the hikers weren't there. Something had forced them out into sub-zero darkness with no rational explanation for the panic. The official Soviet investigation concluded in May 1959, avalanche. The case closed. But the autopsy records told a different story. The hikers showed no defensive wounds, no signs of struggle with terrain or each other. What killed them was exposure. They froze to death. Yet some bore fatal injuries, blunt force trauma, broken ribs, internal bleeding. One autopsy noted radiation burns consistent with thorium or strontium contamination. Official documents were stamped secret and filed away. Relatives couldn't access them for 30 years. The investigators themselves left notes admitting the evidence didn't support their own conclusion. In 1959, the Soviet Union was testing nuclear weapons in Kazakhstan, just 1,000 kilometers south. Military projects operated in the Urals. One hiker, Semyon Zolotaryov, was a Red Army reconnaissance specialist. His presence on a student hiking trip remains unexplained by officials. Some researchers suggest the hikers wandered into a restricted zone. Others point to the military aircraft sightings reported in the region that same month. But this theory rests on speculation and missing archives, not evidence. What's certain, authorities sealed the case files, interviews vanished, and credible witnesses were silenced. The missing tongue rumor emerged in the 1990s, decades after the deaths. It comes from a single source, a note in an early investigator's personal diary, not an official record. Modern forensic review of the autopsy photographs shows no evidence of mutilation. Radiation rumors similarly lack documentation in the sealed files. These stories aren't evidence, they're what fills the void left by a closed investigation. The Soviets released 93 pages in 2008, but key documents remain missing. Between what we know and what was hidden lies an impossible gap. 2 explanations compete: a natural disaster mishandled by panicked authorities, or something sufficiently anomalous that the state decided truth was a security risk. We return to that tent, cut from within, its opening facing downslope toward where the bodies lay. 9 people fled into a blizzard at night, inadequately dressed, and died of exposure within hours. That much is certain. Everything else, the radiation traces, the sealed autopsy records, the military presence, the covered-up injuries, forms a perimeter around the core mystery that official channels will not cross. 65 years of silence doesn't prove a cover-up, but it doesn't disprove one either. The mountain of the dead keeps its secrets still.